Hi guys, it's Thomas, and I'm here with Susan Allen. So what we've decided we're going to do is we'll go live on Facebook where you can see both Susan and I, and then we're going to go live on Instagram Live here. You'll just see me. So we'll definitely we'll take your questions still on Instagram Live. So I'm here with Susan Allen, and if you would like to ask her a question, I will take some questions from Instagram Live, and what we'll do is we'll figure that out next time. So you won't be able to see Susan, but you can still say hi to me, and I can still take some questions here from Instagram. So we're going to take some readings here in a second. And Susan, can you hear me?
I could. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Just want to make sure. So
Awesome.
we're all here. We're having fun. We're happy. So first, my guest today is Susan Allen. Susan is a wonderful medium, psychic, and animal communicator who I have known for a long time, and I really love quite a bit. I think she's an amazing medium and psychic. Susan, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about how you got started in this work and how you started with readings and things like that.
Thank you, Thomas. It's so fun to be with you. I always love our time together.
For sure.
You know, how I could say this is I always had that sixth sense, and I would hear like my mother screaming at me when she crossed over when she saved my life when I was 25, and she said, "Get to the emergency room." And I never really took note of that and said, "Oh, well, maybe I have that ability." I just went through my life and just did a bunch of different things. And then finally, when I had to quiet down and start meditating, I was given messages for people, and it became very, very clear. And I started as an animal communicator. And then all of a sudden, people were coming into my readings because I figured, why not? You know, if you could connect with animals, you can connect with all souls.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And you know what, Instagram, I'm going to just end that because everybody's saying it's freezing. So we'll have to master Instagram another time. That just
Okay.
It seems like it's working. So anyways, we're on Facebook, and that's wonderful. Of course, I know about that, but for people who didn't know that, I wanted to kind of share that with them and stuff. And Susan, you do mediumship and psychic readings and animal communications. You do all of those types of things. Is that correct? You're kind of,
Yes.
you do living, you do past.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
okay.
although it's not an option yet on my site, I bring animals through. Like, people will say, "Will you do a blended reading?" It's one of my favorites. I prefer them sign up for an animal soul speak, so then they could send me a photo of their pet, because I love looking at animals. I could look all day long at animals.
Yeah, beautiful. Tell people your website.
SusanAllenMedium.com.
Beautiful.
SusanAllenMedium.com.
Susan, can you tell us about, because for some people who have not had readings and stuff, can you tell me a little bit about a special reading that you've given, or a reading that was meaningful in some way? Tell me a little bit about, just a reading that maybe touched you.
A reading that touched me, I think I spoke about before, and I could feel his energy come in, which was that fireman that was at 9/11. And he was the first responder, and he told me he had saved a policewoman's life. And it ended up being all true. And I hope they're watching, because I just felt him come in. I closed my eyes to meditate, and I heard Tommy, the fireman, and I was like, oh, I just keep feeling like he has messages for his daughter, that he's like in a great place, and then he watches over her. And
well, hopefully maybe they're listening.
She lost him when she was young, you know, and she's still young now, but what happened is during the reading, he said it was my lungs, and he said I inhaled toxins. And then I put two and two together. And he started to help me realize where he was when this happened. But he had like a pretty long illness. He didn't die at 9/11. He had a long lung disease illness, and it finally helped That's what crossed him over.
Oh, wow. Wow.
But he's a really strong, as you know, some of the spirits come in, they're like forces of nature,
Mhm.
and some come in like really quiet and subtle, and it's
Oh, totally.
spirits, you know what I mean?
Totally. We're
Yeah.
going to do some readings in a second, guys. So
Yeah.
if you want to share this video or just even tag a friend who might be interested, or who is interested in this type of stuff, or just even share it on your page, it will kind of help build the audience and stuff. And what we've done is also we pinned Susan's website down at the bottom, susanallenmedium.com. And we really want to get you guys to sign up for her newsletter. And Susan, you told me that you're doing a special
Raffle.
offer this week for anybody who's subscribed to your newsletter. So if you're already subscribed, great. But if you don't get Susan's emails, you're going to want to subscribe because she is offering a really special thing. And tell me what that is, Susan. It's a raffle.
I'm going to raffle a free reading.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and what's the cutoff point for them? I mean, I would just say go over right now to susanallenmedium.com and throw in your email, but
in the next 24 hours.
Okay. So in the next,
I'm going to give everybody 24 hours.
Okay, great. So go over to susanallenmedium.com and that should pop right up and it'll enter you right into a free reading. And I mean, it'll enter you into for the raffle. And are you going to announce that and post that somewhere?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great.
I'm going to email the person for sure.
Okay, great. So she's going to pick the person in the next 24 hours. So make sure you go over to Susan Allen Medium and do that. And then, stay subscribed and be able to communicate with Susan. She does all sorts of wonderful classes, workshops, different readings and stuff. And I really do highly recommend her. I've sent a lot of different people to her who have had great experiences. So that's really important. That's just for my integrity. I always like to recommend, I only recommend people that have, are really top notch. And Susan has had like a great reputation with being able to really bring through evidential information from animals, pets, people in the spirit world, and also psychic guidance as well. So I was talking about something earlier with one of my clients. She had a reading with me this morning, and she was talking about how she had gotten a message actually from her, I think her dog. It was her dog, but I don't remember if it was a recent dog or a dog that she had lost in childhood. And you were able to make connections with her and actually help her because she had had a lot of guilt about the passing. So, and it was interesting because she had actually had not booked the reading, even thinking about that. So it kind of came up spontaneously. So that was.
I don't edit. I just like spirit comes in and, I say to people that want just animal readings, I'm like, well, if I have messages from from your pet that brings other people in, if you want them, and they go, yeah, I did have another good reading recently, but I want to get to people and do some live. But
yeah, let's go. We'll go back to that in a second. So let's you want to pull some questions? I'll pull some questions.
I'd love to. I'd love that.
So what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to kind of let Susan take the lead here. So I'm just going to kind of help facilitate with her. So we have a lady here. Her name is, and if you guys have a question, go ahead and put it in chat. Obviously, we can't get to everybody, but we're going to try. So there's a lady here, Alicia. Her name is Alicia Hagen. I'm so worried about my business. What does my future career look like? Do you have any guidance? Anything with Alicia that comes to mind?
Yeah, and if you have a link, Thomas, just jump in.
I will.
I see a storefront and I see people walking in and out. So I don't know if it's a storefront online or it's a physical storefront, but if you're thinking of expanding or opening up a storefront, I think it's going to be really good for you. That's what I just saw. So it could mean just prosperity, people moving in and out of the storefront.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Alicia, I was hearing for you to just stay the course. So I'm really feeling intuitively, I wouldn't make a lot of big changes right now. I would kind of more stick with what's been working and allow it to expand. Okay, let's go to Kerry Williams. Is my life going to take a change soon? Will my life go through a change soon?
I feel like you need to heal a little bit of something that happened 6 months ago. And I feel like you're in the process of working that out. And I would just ask your guides in spirit, come in, show me where to go next. They're there, they're watching over you, they have your back. I
Yeah,
think
Carrie, I think that's good. I'm getting sort of similar stuff. I'm also getting that you have some sort of unresolved energy that you're holding on to. You might want to consider maybe having some spiritual healing or spiritual clearing. That might be something that could really help you. Okay, good. Let's go on to, let's go down here a little bit because I think this has been, Deborah Courtney, any guidance from my mom about my career? I guess her mom is in spirit and she wants to know any guidance from my mom about my career.
I feel like your mom is around you right now, that she's telling me that I feel like your mom is trying to tell you not to feel so lost and alone because she's right by your side. And I'm feeling like you're going to get a call soon about resumes or things that you've put out there, or talk to people regarding work, more work. I feel like it's happening. Just stay the course, like Thomas said. I feel a lot of people are scared right now, but I think we're staying the course and we're finding businesses are going to start to open and people will start to get their balance. I think everybody's been off balance from all this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was getting also, Deborah, that something about writing comes up. So I don't know if you have maybe considered going on that direction. I immediately, as I felt that, I felt a little hesitation. So if that's anything that you've ever, now would be a great time to kind of dig into that a little bit more. Would it be anything with writing? I feel like there might be like a call to do writing and things with that. Diane, oh God, you're jumping so fast. I totally lost that comment. I'm trying to, let me see if I can find it. Diane wants to know, is her mother watching over her son in this very difficult time for her? Diane, is her, I would imagine it's her deceased mother, and she wants to know if there's any connection with her son, who I believe is living.
I feel like I'm getting the M initial, and I feel like your mother's showing me she sleeps with your son. She holds your son. I'm feeling like you're emotional, and she's telling me she's like wiping your tears away, telling me that it's going to get better. That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm. And let me ask you, when you get information, Susan, how do you feel? Do you sense? Do you hear?
Yeah, all of it. I feel when I connect, I could feel my vibration change. Mm-hmm. It's subtle, but it's just so nice. And then I feel stories in my head, and I see them, and I see what people look like in my mind's eye, because I had a lot of anxiety when I first started, and I said, please don't walk through my house. I want it to be a peaceful, and they've honored it. So I see it here. I feel it. I feel if somebody had like a lung problem or a heart problem, like I get the pains in my chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Diane, it feels like also too, and I just want to tell you this, remember this, that Diane, with you were asking about your son, remember that remember that, I'm just writing as I'm talking here, but just remember, Diane, that somebody in the spirit world, they can be watching over us. But we have to make our own decisions too. And so your mother could be watching over you, but she might, and your son, but also, your son has to go through some sort of, learning experience or healing experience or something. And that's important for him to go through. So she can't, get in the way and prevent that necessarily. So just keep that in mind too. Yeah, so let's go to the next person. And by the way, I don't know why, but I just heard it was there's somebody, Elizabeth. I don't know who that is. That might be for somebody. There's an Elizabeth that just showed up. Let's go here. We're going to go down here. Okay. Nancy Owens. I carry a lot of grief over my mom's passing. Can you answer that at all? She's saying she has a lot of grief about her mom's passing.
Yeah,
Yeah. She feels like she failed her life, basically.
No, not at all. I feel like she had to make some end decisions that your mother was very, very happy you made for her. And I feel like those decisions helped her cross over easier. And instead of going like a Cessna into the sky, it went like a jet, her soul. You helped her travel faster and easier with the last minute decisions that you had to make. You didn't fail her. She loves you and she's with you.
Susan, do you do half an hour and hour readings?
Yes, I do 20 minutes and 50 minutes.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, those are the two.
Mm-hmm. And so, and how much, in a 20-minute reading, can people kind of, can they accomplish a lot in a 20-minute reading?
They can, actually. I feel like they get a lot of information in a 20-minute reading. They don't have to have a 50.
Okay, great.
People's choice.
Remember, Susan's at susanallenmedium.com. So if you want to book a reading with her, she's at susanallenmedium.com. I don't know why all of a sudden her picture looked kind of grainy almost.
Really?
Let's it looks good in the Zoom, but for some reason on the Facebook it looks a little bit more grainy now. Okay. We're gonna keep going here. Brenda would just love any message. Her name is Brenda, and she said she's open to any message from her loved ones. Do you have any message for her?
It's more than her loved ones. She has a spirit guide that is around her. So I feel like she's very connected to spirit. I feel like they're offering you help and assistance right now with your physical being. So I think maybe if you're struggling right now, they're helping you move forward in your life. And I feel like she has a mom in spirit, or a female energy that really is watching over her.
Okay. And I would also say, Brenda, too, I don't know if you, I don't know how you connect to the brother who lost a wife, but there's a message coming through from that person. I guess it would be your brother maybe or something. And I see a G or J name. So just know that person is with us. Susan, I was getting also with Brenda that she has a lot of intuitive abilities herself. I don't know, when you're doing readings for people, do you sometimes pick up on people's intuitive abilities?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And I just confirm what they already know, because people know when they have it,
Yep.
I just saw somebody that asked about their daughter's future, but I can't see the lady's name.
Also, if you guys can do validation, so if you do get a reading, of course, it's so hard because the comments go by a million miles an hour.
Yes.
But if you do if you do happen to get a reading, if you can just validate what makes sense, that would be awesome. That's always helpful to us and stuff. There's a lady here, Mindy. She said, I had a reading with Susan 3 months ago. She was extremely accurate and told me a lot of things she would not have known unless she was connecting with my beloved dog.
Oh,
that's good.
I love that. That's why I do this.
Yeah. Let's see here. Hi, Travis. We have Travis Sanders. Hi, Travis.
I get dog names in spirit like crazy.
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, exact names, Buttons and
Oh,
Pepper.
hold on.
But you do too, Thomas. You read me in a crowd and you said, "Who's Rose?"
Yeah, I get a lot of animals too. I'm going on my phone because I'm checking
Okay.
if I can see the comments much better on here. So
Oh, good.
let's do a few more. Connie Fink, Grandma Mary, any message or anything about my new grandson that is coming?
That grandson is going to be a handful. They're all pushing energy into him and pushing him on.
Mhm.
It's going to be fun.
Here's a good question. This is more of a general question, but maybe you can answer it for her in a more specific way. Stephanie Foz, can deceased animals be reincarnated back into your life? Is there a way to help them find their way back to you?
That's a great question. Yes, animals do reincarnate.
Mhm.
I've mentioned this before. People think I'm crazy, but the Buddhists and Hindus believe that a soul will become a dog at least once in the lifetime of the soul, and the soul never dies. So I had a reading many years ago, not to get off topic,
Mhm.
that a woman's son came through her German Shepherd. And it was pretty ironic because the German Shepherd, it was a young German Shepherd. And he was saying, I know, sounds crazy. And I'll just leave it with that because it's, me being raised Catholic, I didn't believe in reincarnation, but through my readings,
Mhm.
I've learned so much from spirit. It's like a
Mhm.
training ground just
Yeah.
from doing this work and journaling. So
Is
yes, a dog will reincarnate, and how to implement that is I I talked to my dog Rosie that I lost in September.
Mhm.
I have an oil painting of her in my bedroom, and I just talk to her.
Mhm.
I know it sounds crazy, but I say good night, I say good morning, and I just talk to her, and she knows that she can come back anytime. We're ready.
Mhm. Mhm. And let me ask you, is there a way to, I mean, can you literally, can you make the dog come back, or how does, or you just have to kind of trust that it kind of will at some point come back?
I think you have to trust. I know that they cloned cats like 20 years ago, and I thought I knew this man that had a cloned cat. It was like a lot of money, and he said the cat was exactly the same cat, but a soul. How do you put your hands on the soul? That is a free being, like a free. That's why when people cross over, they're free. They can do whatever they want. They're out of that body.
Mhm.
It's like energy that's extraordinary that they have when they leave.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you can command a soul, and you can love something so much and
Mhm.
give love, because that's how my animal readings, when I would just give so much love to the photo and the picture, and
Mhm.
I'd feel the animal's energy, and then I'd say, would you like to have a conversation?
Mhm.
It's the same when they're in spirit. If you send up the love energy, they're bound to want to come back because everybody's attracted to being loved. Every soul, love is the gift that we have, that we can give.
Mhm. I keep hearing also, just wanted to read this here. It's kind of like a drive, kind of just an energy, but there's a loved one here that I'm hearing, that keeps saying hello, and it's a little boy, who keeps showing me that yellow character thing, SpongeBob.
Oh,
And I also keep seeing, for some reason, May 16th or March 16th.
and I got a J name.
Yeah,
I
I'm
felt
getting,
a J.
yeah, an M and a J. I'm getting a J and an M together. So I don't know if those are first names, or, they can bring up living people.
Yes.
I'm seeing J and M. So
And I heard Jacob, if anybody has a Jacob.
yeah, I heard, yeah, Jake or Jack. Jacob could be, yeah, Jacob, yeah, and Morgan. Um, so I don't know who that, maybe somebody can validate in the chat. Um, Cindy, I absolutely love Susan Allen. She has given me 2 readings. Both were extremely accurate. I'm being booking one for my daughter. That's great. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
I can see the comments much better on my phone, actually. Here's a good question. Susie Dickinson, how do you know if you're intuitive?
That is a good question. You trust it. That's how you know. You start trusting the, you don't trust, like, do I jump off a bridge? You don't trust that, but you trust the gentle nudges, and then all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh, that's what that meant.
Mhm.
So it's like, just when you trust your intuition, you're using your intuition. The more you use your intuition, the more your intuition grows, because it's a connection. So the more that you're using it and trusting it, you get more and more and more downloads.
Got you. So the more, yeah.
Self-trust.
Yeah, and I often describe it in my classes. It's like it is like a
muscle.
Yeah, muscle. Now I have a 5-year-old that died in a car crash.
Oh.
So yeah, it's like a muscle, and what's funny is with spiritual stuff, a lot of times, it's like, we'll go on a diet for a year to try to lose 10 pounds. We'll work out endlessly. We'll study a foreign language for years and years. But with spirituality, we expect this kind of instant connection, instant energy. We expect, we're going to take a class and, we're just going to have all the answers. And it doesn't really work that way. So,
No.
I tell people, really make sure you practice this.
Yes.
You have to really learn the language of it. Susan, tell everybody again about your contest to get a free reading.
Okay, so if you sign up now for my newsletter over the next 24 hours, in 24 hours from the time our live is over, I'm going to give you 24 hours to sign up for the newsletter at susanallenmedium.com. And then I'm going to give a free giveaway of a reading with me.
Okay, wonderful. So all they have to do is put their email
in my newsletter. Yep.
Okay, great.
And if you're already part of my newsletter, don't worry. I'm going to pick everybody.
From everybody, yeah.
Yes, I'm going to pick everybody.
Good. Well, wonderful. Well, Susan, we always enjoy having you on. You've helped so many people, and highly recommend you. There's only a handful of people that I recommend, but Susan is definitely one of them. SusanAllenMedium.com. And I think we'll probably come on again at some point and do more readings. But for now, we want to thank everybody for joining us. We'll stay in touch with you guys, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Thomas. It's always so fun.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.